Hey girl, how are you? Good. Just out for a beautiful morning walk. Or they got you working? No. Good. Off to work. Make my other quilts I was gonna make. And just snapped her fingers my direction. She turns into such. Okay, you're recording. Tell me when you're not recording, then I'll.
I'm recording.
What?
If this worked, it would be fine, but it doesn't work. It doesn't cut the middle. So, yeah.
Do what?
I do not want to be in your film.
I know, right? I'm gonna dodge him every chance I get.
This is not how it works.
You're improvising.
It's the how it works today.
They're talking about the internet. It's not how this works. Not at all. 3 in a row, sweet. Hey, where do you want this spread? You can tell me in the back of my car. Just go in 2 seconds.
She's got a obstacles and stuff over there.
Yeah.
But then you can talk with her business later while we're busy. Well, we gotta get that in the refrigerator. More important at this point in time in the game, I think. Yeah, that's huge. They walk in.
Donuts selling it, we need any more donuts down, or we're okay for a little bit?
We're okay for right now.
There you go. Break the can. Hey, boy, I was wondering how you did that, put them in there and then they get sugared up good.
Yeah, sure.
You can figure out how to stack them differently than that. What are these that need to be there? But remember, I want you to remember how they are.
There's a little bit of room in this other one, we moved some of this soda around, this other refrigerator. That other refrigerator in there's got a little room in it.
Oh, is it?
Which one?
In here.
This box.
Lemon beans down here today, I think, is the
Well, that's better than what you into today.
And beef. I think there's beef kettle is beef. down there. It's delicious. Oh, here, kettle beef. No, I don't think it's down. I don't think We it's had it here. last year. It was wonderful. Beef Yeah, I and don't beef and noodles. Yeah. Oh my God. Jan said that's down there. She said
Oh, okay.
That's where we ate it last year.
So what's new, ladies?
What's new? Iris, tell him what's
Well, I
new.
don't know what's new. We gotta wait till next 2 weeks from now and find out what's new.
Alright, this is Vieux Homme La Chance, Old Man Lucky. This is a tune from Old Mines, Missouri. Thank you. Now there's an old French Creole song called Old Man Lucky. Is the name of that one. Vieux Homme La Chance. Do another one. Let's do a little Du Viens Tu. Oh, shepherd, where do you come from? Du viens tu, bergère? Est-il beau berger? Est-il beau? Est-il beau berger? Est-il beau? Plus beau qu'une lune et qu'elle a sommeil. Comme dans le monde, j'ai vu son pareil. ça c'est tout, ben j'aime. Ça c'est tout. Ça c'est tout, ben j'aime. Ça c'est tout. Puis vous captez songe, le son de l'essayant. J'entends les louanges du Père éternel. Thank you. Well, if you don't know who we are, I'm Dennis Stromat, and we are L'Esprit Créole. Yeah.
Just call me L'Esprit.
Yeah, he's L'Esprit. This is the band. I guess that makes me the Creole. Well, we're doing Missouri French and Illinois French and Indiana French music for you. These are songs that are from here, essentially, but not from right here. Well, I guess they are from right here. Just depends on how you look at it. I learned most of these tunes over in Old Mines, Missouri, which is about 45 miles from here, from living people who still sing these songs and have still been playing these tunes. So the French culture is not gone. It's just moved in a lot of ways, and the language is still here too. Over in the Old Mines area, people still do speak French, still do speak the Illinois country French. So anyway, we'll play some more tunes. Let's do.
working on now, Lisa?
At this point, I am starting a snowflake. There is actually a right and a wrong side to the paper. In the process of cutting, paper is cut by lasers, and it creates a smooth side from where the laser comes down, and then a rougher side where it actually ends. So here's our rougher side, and here's our smooth side. And in some of the shapes, it does seem to make a difference whether you're rolling with the rough side through the inside.
I like that outfit.
The tool that I use has a little slit in it, as you can see here. Now this is a highly specialized tool, this one that I'm holding in my hand right now. The average quiller will use this tool here, which also has a slit. That helps us to get that twirl started. Slip it in. There we go. Yeah. Same. Lasers here that then are cutting out. Papers. Everything in my world is mini. Just a little dab of blue. Just the smallest dab. Locks down my shape, at which time I pinch it to make the marquee. Some of this. When it comes off of the tool, we have the tight circle, and that's used in many different shapes throughout, like centers of flowers. It kind of looks like a little grape when it's put together in certain ways. When I allowed it to expand here, and left it just expanded with the tail, it would be that loose circle. Now if I decide to glue it, as you saw, it becomes a loose scroll versus a loose circle. And then you start making your shapes from that point. And these are the main shapes that are used in a lot of your quilling. Okay? These over here then are various scrolls.
He's an electrician. He's a painter. He's a florist. See, I remember when my dad his tables in Berkeley, and they go out on that table, and he really worked. If everybody was working on a house, that worked for him, they would all just come donate their labor and do that. And see, this community, to me, for the size community, has much people. It's not small.
And if I told God, I was gonna quit, because what I started, it was
can make it
like,
on
you
mine.
gotta figure it out. You know, I mean, once my had tenure as a teacher, you know, it's like, we would have liked to have left here many times, you know, but it was like, you can't just walk away. Security, you know.
Like I say, if it was, before I left work, going in at 7, and I left at 5 because Katie was in the daycare there, and I'm like, 10 hours a day is more than enough for him at the daycare. And then we had dial-up internet at the house, so it's not like you could work from home. But yeah, it's at home. You know, it was 7 o'clock last night, and I'm still working. I started 6:30 in the morning. So.
Get off the computer!
I went upstairs at 8, it was 5:30 on Friday. I go upstairs, contact me down. I went upstairs for 15 minutes, I came back down there at 15 minutes, like 5:30 on Friday.
Well, like, is there anybody that will listen to you?
Well, yesterday was just a bad day. And some of them, actually, and I told Colin, I go, well, I actually got to leave at 5:15, 3 days this week. And I didn't have to sign on at night. And he's like, well, yeah, but that's what it is. Yeah, they need some more help.
Yeah.
Like, cause Amanda told me when she left, cause this guy they got doing stuff now, he's like, okay, and this is where you just tell her, you know, here, this is here, and wham, it's done, and it's done faster than you even thought she could do it. So, yeah, the other girl said, I really miss her. She helped a couple people, and I said, I know, I'm dying to have her back. It goes through spurts, hopefully it'll get better. Well, and then I had to work Sunday too. So this week it was 65 hours. So I think it was just a matter of Friday, 7 o'clock. On hour 64.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, yeah, that's what you showed me. That's funny.
See, that the job I had with family services, I basically was on
And
call
he
all
liked
day.
it.
And so, you know, I knew if the phone rang at midnight or 2 in the morning, what it meant, you know. And I didn't get any, well, we got straight comp time if we worked overtime. Never any pay, just, you know, you work 2 hours, you get 2 hours of comp time.
Well, they just started, they will give you when you were on vacation, you know, they pay you just your base pay, which like I'm saying is even less than a third, probably closer to a fourth to a third of your pay. So when you went on vacation for a week, you not only spend all your money on vacation, you spend all your money on vacation, but you're only getting paid.
Come on, sit. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Look at the guy. Look at him. Daisy. You're supposed to stand up. Can you sit up? Up. Come on, up. Good girl.
And it says on the back, Detroit, this is the only thing that survived. So,
If you'd like to come up, you may.
That's okay.
Hey, look.
Good, how you doing?
Good. If you guys have any questions, just speak up. Actions of hammering, I slowly start to bring it up into a cup shape. And ultimately, it will come up at that level. Right now, I'm only there from about here up. But through progressive hammering sessions, courses, I will eventually acquire that shape. I think it'll probably take 20 to 25 courses, probably 18 to 22 hours kind of thing to pull it up and get it all finished. Yeah. Silversmithing is slow. Silversmithing the way Anton O'Neill, who was the silversmith who built this house, was a very, very slow project. I've seen pictures of coffee services, coffee pots, teapots, things like that. I would guess it probably took them a month to do it. I went to college for it, actually, and I have a, believe it or not, I have a degree in silversmithing and jewelry design. I work as an industrial silversmith right now, which means I'm working for major manufacturers. I build pot handles and spouts and the small pieces. I do the first piece and then move it into the factory line. And do it that way. But for the purpose of the demonstration today and oral heritage and respect out to Anton O'Neill, we're going through a fashion the way he would have done it here in the house. So if you want to come on up, I have there's some explanations and some more pieces up here you can have a look at. And again, if you have any questions, just ask away.
This is a result of
What? This? No, it's just protection. When I hold the piece, the edge bounces. So if I push with my fingers a little bit, I end up, it's a lot more comfortable.
oh, okay.
So, not yet. It's a preemptive strike. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Watch out there, buddy. We're going to swing around there, all right? Thank you. How you doing, man?
fine.
Easy.
Good, can you hear me? Yeah, all right. Hey, what are we on over here? Good over here. Ice cream? Oh. World, okay, we're in the world. So if you want any ice cream, it's homemade. It is back here in the back by the military display.
A good marksman could put 4 of 6 shots
We
in a
also have
6-inch
apple
target
cider.
at 500 yards. I can't even see 500 yards.
Wow.
Let's put 4 or 6
Stuff like that used to come in
We
bags.
know it's fresh. What else do we know?
With maybe a telescopic sight or even a deep sight, you know, it's a green field.
And you can even make it yourself, so come on back. If you guys want to come out there and give me a hand at it, come on.
What the revolver, the Colt?
Yeah, the turkey girl over here.
They're neat, but they were very inaccurate, and they would jam. They weren't reliable at all. This is the beauty. This is the best gun that came out of the Civil War was the Henry. And it was your first repeating rifle that actually used a metal cartridge.
Okay.
Everything up to the Henry was basically a paper cartridge. Even your sharps, the way the sharps actually worked, it was a cartridge. It was not muzzle loaded, but it was still a paper cartridge. Where this was, you could load 15 rounds in this and shoot. The famous quotation was by a Pennsylvania infantry officer was that you could load this gun on Sunday and shoot it all week.
Take a look at what she has. It's a beautiful one.
Of course, there was no cap.
Beautiful horse. Now then, let's look at that.
What are you working on now?
Kind of boot picture frame.
There's a chair. See your chair there? At the Civil War reenactment. They have a couple of them for sale, but $40.
Hey, I got one on the front porch.
Yeah, I've talked to you. But I tell you what, if anybody's putting up numbers of coons anymore, guys that were catching 500 coons before in regular footholds, they're putting up 1,000, 1,500 coons.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yep.
You have a nice day.
You too. Have a good day.
So the first one is those. Okay, you first kind of the two piece.
Right. And then it's just both sides.
Man.
They're almost
Yep.
to the end, man.
You almost got it. Here it goes.
Different kind of rope. Go back like that. And then whenever you get it wrong tight, then you put it in the middle. And then use this one.
You're there. You got it now, buddy. Little piece of rope.
Yeah. That is so cool.
Started down before I get this.
You can tell them it's cool. You know how they make rope.
Instead, I say duck.
And
And they take off the one end, which they probably burn it. Yeah.
I learned it my grandma's house. This wasn't hers. Hers was a little smaller. I always thought.
Big dark pieces in there.
Those are the cinnamon balls. There's a little tiny bit of anise in there too, but I personally don't like that strong flavor, so I just put a little bit in. And a little sugar. Or ingredients.
A lot of apples.
A lot of apples. A lot of apples. A lot of apples. I see apples making into sauce and into sweet now.
Dad. Hi, Dad.
Right there. I'm not allowed to go anywhere without it.
He's up at the man. Oh, making another batch, huh?
Yeah, we're making another batch. We'll be ready about 10 minutes.
Alrighty. 10 minutes, sis. Well, maybe we'll wait it. You want to wait a few minutes?
new one. It's called Tell Me Mom. Wait, I gotta take the first one. Sorry. talking about how we have a fundraiser over here selling these awesome ornaments. The next one was taught to us by an Appalachian fiddler named Alan Jabbour. And he lives in Florida now, but for a long time he was working for the Library of Congress and documenting the West Virginia tunes of Henry Reed. And this was a tune that he had learned from Henry Reed in the 70s and taught to us, and it's called Over the Waterfall. Our next selection for you is a beautiful ballad that was made famous in a PBS special entitled Civil War, and it's called Ashokan Farewell. Tune is a tune that Sammy Lynn from a band called Foghorn taught to me. And he learned it from Owen Snake Chapman. It's called Devil Eat a Groundhog. I can't believe that they're not groaning yet. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, there it is. So I have, you ever get this tune stuck in your head and you have to keep on singing it and humming it? There's this really, really awesome composer named Mr. Tuning. And so I keep getting it stuck in my head. Let me play it once for you. Get it? Tuning. See, they only laugh because I give them a grade. So I have to tell you, one of the things about playing a string instrument is that oftentimes the heat kind of wreaks havoc on our strings, and they go out of tune, and I have gut strings, and so my gut strings are getting all stretchy in the warmth. So I apologize for needing to tune between all of our tunes. So, but you know, Mr. Tuning, he's pretty famous. I mean, he should get some commission off of. Okay, I'll stop. There we go with a little Devil Eat a Groundhog. Oh, they want me to explain to you that Devil was the name of Owen Snake Chapman's dog, and he ate a groundhog. Okay, I wonder what kind of dog that was. Devil Eat a Groundhog. Tunes to play for you guys is Turkey in the Straw, featuring Augie Klaus on the bass. invite you to end our program by singing Amazing Grace with us.
Thanks, Michelle. And thanks, Baron Fielders.
Thank you.
What a joy to have you guys.
Starts with taking off your hat, which is nice. Big old hat pin holds everything in place. I don't know why hats and hat pins fell out of style, because I never lose my hat. The wind would have to be hurricane force for me to lose my hat, and I love that. I was looking in a book I have of Victorian fashion magazine drawings, and for a play that they're doing at my kids' school, they're doing the Mystery of Edwin Drood, which is set in 1872, so I was doing some research to see about 1872, which I already knew pretty much. But anyway, I saw a lady wearing what amounts to a big old sock bun as her hairstyle. And talk about things come and go and come back again. I thought, all right, and no hair pieces this year. I'm just cracking it with the sock bun. So anyway, there goes the hat. My young cousin Tara is going to help me with all of my stuff here. This is just a bodice that's sleeveless, makes it easy to get on and off. It's made of wool with silk ribbon, lined in silk, just warmish but not overly so because it's sleeveless. So there's that. And I've got an overskirt here, and I'll turn this one around. Layered skirts were all the rage from about 1869 through 1890. The bustles sort of just went away in 1890 overnight. They just quit wearing bustles. Goodbye. But I think it's a pretty neat silhouette, so I continue to do it. I have an insect attacking my head. All right, and once you get your overskirt undone, it's time to get your skirt. Everything was worn pretty tightly in the Victorian era. They wore their clothes snug. The fashionable folks did anyway. If you're going to do any sort of useful work, it's probably easier to do something else. But fashionable clothes were worn pretty tight. If my maid was a little bit taller, she'd help me out of my skirt here. But that's okay. She's only 10. Tara's 10. All right. So there we go. Now I'm down to my chemise there. I've got a bustle overskirt, or bustle petticoat skirt. It's a ruffled overlay which keeps the hard part from showing through a softer skirt. There's what the back of the bustle looks like. It's just hard but springy wires. And the whole thing just sort of collapses up when I sit. Very easy to wear, very comfortable. You don't even know it's there. And then the attached ruffles lay over the top and make it pretty and give a softer look to a skirt. More insects. This is a silk blouse. I hoarded this fabric for like 12 years. I bought it in San Francisco, looking for the right thing, and I finally found it when I was working with that gray wool. And there's that. I modeled that off of a fashion plate from that same book I was talking about. And it's just lightweight, it's comfortable. Sleeves were really loose in the early 70s. Back in the 80s, late 80s, they really snugged up to the arm, but the loose sleeves of the 70s are kind of nice to wear. So anyway, so I've got corset on, laced up in the back there. It's probably looked down upon to tie your corset in the front nowadays, but back then everybody did. A lot of times corsets would have a hook sort of down in the front. This is called a busk. They would have a hook that came down in the front, and you would tie your laces and it would hold them down a little bit to keep them off of your skirt waistband, because it helps keep everything nice and trim. But we'll give everything a pull here, see what happens. There's not much left to go. This corset's pretty closed up. So that's about all we're going to get today. Once you put on a corset, it sort of stretches a little bit, so you can snug up a little bit throughout the day. Not too much though, because I think I'm closed. So anyway, so there's that. I'm going to keep my bustle petticoat on, and then I'm going to get my skirt. So undo the jacket for me there. It's got very fiddly little buttons on the bodice here, so let's give Tara a minute. There we go. Pull the the skirt will fall off. Pull that down. There you go. All right. All right, this is a skirt that would be pretty common in the sort of mid-70s, 1874, 1875. Skirts started to be bustled from that shape. The late Civil War, great big hoop skirts there. The ladies started to just sort of lift their outer skirts and show their petticoats a little bit. Then somebody said, hey, let's just bring it all up and it'll be comfortable and make it easier to walk and all sorts of good stuff. Hey, go to my black bodice on the inside of the top because I just lost my button on my waistband here. I got to improvise. Safety pin goes through a buttonhole just like a button does, so we'll use that. I'll turn this skirt inside out so you can see how they helped manage all of the fullness of it. That there is the back. That's what goes over the bustle. It sort of lifts the extra fabric into poofs and then supports the bottom of the hem as well because these can be very, very heavy. So all of that is going to go down my back. Help my backside to get all straightened out. Now this skirt, unlike that first one I took off, doesn't have multiple layers because the multiple layers are all built into it. It's got this loose front that falls into the swags. In the mid-70s, they liked the side panel look. You could decorate those up in any kind of way that you liked, and it was a fun way to do a skirt, I think. This is a jacket bodice from the probably late 50s through the 1900s. A skirt and a jacket bodice was pretty much the standard for a woman to wear. There were some dresses that were just the whole dress put together during the Civil War era sometimes. I'm stuck. There we go. Oh, I've worn this recently, so I know it fits. So anyway, here we've got our jacket bodice. It's just got neat little cuffs here.
What do you think?
Looks hot. Yeah.
It's got what's called a basque back, all these layers of tail there in the back. That's called a basque back. It has a faux vest front, so it looks like you're wearing maybe a vest and an overcoat, but it's all just in one. And it buttons up. Some days, if it's cooperating. We'll go from the bottom up. I think it's easier. This dress has 13 functional buttons, 78 buttons in all. Buttons are neat for decorating with. This dress has 90 yards of silk ribbon as its decoration, along with the 78 buttons. Ladybug. Now Tara's wearing the ladybug. All right, so there we go. So there's that. All right, Tara, run get my hat for me. When you had a really, really special dress, if you were lucky, you'd get a really special matching hat. Most of the time in the Victorian period, you got one hat and you wore it with everything. But since I made this dress, I made a hat because I like making hats. Hold on. All right, are you warm? Is it warm today for you? I'm having buttonhole issues here. Can't count. That's where it happened, right there. Okay. All right. Okay. If you were lucky, you'd have a maid to help you with all of this stuff. Like I said, my maid's a little short. She already preempted my joke, darn it. She's sharp, is my cousin Tara. So this hat is based off of a shape called the Scottish toque. And it's just a little hat. In the 1870s, they wore their hair high and up on the back of their head, so they wore their hats forward. And it just sits right like there. Got my big old sock bun, a la 1870, and I'm ready to go. So that's how you did it in 1872. All right, now we have a whole bunch of us that are dressed up. We're going to parade across the stage here, and if they want to talk to you about their outfit, they can. A bunch of them I've made, and we can. I can tell you about those. And apparently Tara has a little thing she's going to do for you with her friend Maddie. So let's see what happens. All right, y'all come over to this way, and we'll talk about this. We'll do, I guess we're going to do Tara and Maddie first. Do you need the microphone? All right, they're going to do a little dance, I think.
So today for you, we're just going to perform something that we've been doing with our hoop skirts. So we're going yeah.
All right, here they go.
Here they go. Put the microphone down.
Okay, meantime, let's have everybody else come up while he's getting the music ready, and we can talk about what we've got. Oh, definitely. Here, this is Tara, and this is Maddie. They are wearing dresses that would be common, maybe not so common. They're pretty fancy for little girls in 1865-ish or so. You see that big round hoop Civil War style. And little girls would always wear underclothes, lots and lots of underclothes. So they've got their pantaloons go all the way down. They've got a tucked petticoat. And they've got the hoop hooks onto their chemise, so they don't have to worry about it falling down or anything. Very comfortable to wear. Oh. All right. You guys can move over there until you're ready to do your thing. All right. This is my friend Andrea, who's just as crazy as I am. She's going to tell you about her dress.
All right, this dress is actually based off of a fashion plate from 1872-73. It's made out of cotton twill, pretty basic fabric. I'm not sure if they would actually use cotton twill for a dress fabric. That's true. Okay. I'm not as crazy as Mary, and I didn't like do 90 yards of ribbon and stuff like that, but each of these little black strips I had to make and sew down, not by hand, by machine, because I'm not that crazy. And there's also decorative buttons down here on the skirt. And my bodice, actually none of the buttons on my bodice are functional. This bodice is put together with hook and eyes, which is actually pretty period correct. Not the same type of hook and eyes, these are more like the skirt hook and eyes on pants, and the other ones are more like just the metal hook and eyes. What else? I don't know. That's pretty much it.
She's got her hair in the big old bun. They like them some big old buns. I love it. All right, let's see. We've got some girls that are dressed kind of in the period of Laura Ingalls Wilder. And they've got their little one with them. Cotton calico was really useful. Everybody wore it. And everybody wore a bonnet when they were out working. Want to say it again?
That's young.
And there you go. So that's how that goes. You guys want to say anything about your dresses?
We're trying to dress like Little House on the Prairie girls because that's one of our favorite books.
It's everybody's. It should be everybody's favorite book. Thank you very much, guys. All right, we've got Mary from the hospital. She is dressed as a World War II nurse. This outfit was found in an attic, complete with its silk stockings, with the seam up the back, and the apron, and the bib, and the collar, and everything was already there. My mother, who you may have met at Lions Club Park cooking, she's serving food up there at the Thresher's Lunch. My mother dressed like this when she was in nursing school in the late 1950s. And she says every single part of this was dunked in starch and ironed stiff. And you did it every time you cleaned it. And she said this earlier to me, but she's going to say it to you.
I'm so grateful that I don't have to dress like this today.
And the short sleeves, nurses in World War I wore long sleeves. Nurses in World War II got to wear short sleeves because there was a severe fabric shortage. So no more blood up to your elbows, just blood on your elbows. All right, and we've got a marvelous interpretation of a Victorian original, Dracula. Bram Stoker wrote Dracula in the late 1890s. Some say it was a response to the tuberculosis, the very pale face, the long teeth when your gums would recede, the coughing up of blood so you'd have blood on your lips. This is all classic Dracula vampire stuff. And this is a dress that I made just as a Halloween costume a while ago. We've got a lovely pale phlebotomist from the hospital come to take your blood. She's going to be reading from Bram Stoker's Dracula in front of the Show Me shop. So if you follow this lovely young woman uptown, she will read to you some very dramatic stuff from the height of the Victorian era. All right, do we have anybody else to come up? That looks like about it. All right, you guys can step up. They have been having so much fun with these hoops. Thank you, girls. That was fantastic. All right, that is it for the fashion show. Follow Dracula uptown to hear some Bram Stoker. Stay here, eat good Lions Club food, look at the apples, all good stuff going on. Thank you very much for coming out to Heritage Day.
Same thing you do, they just start a horse when she does it.
That's right.
Whoa. Whoa. That's okay, we're good. Let her rip there, we got a block.
Standing there out there watching.
Oh, I'm trying to block this other
Talking
one.
and burning
Yeah.
at the same time.
That's why he's not a gourmet cook.
Yeah. Actually, I quit, I'm going home. Loading the furnace and the pan, when you get done, bring it to the house. See what you, it's your
Okay,
fault.
now what, if you just,
What's that?
you just strain the sugar out of the cane over there and then you just put it in here and you add some to it.
That's it, just what comes out of the
Nothing?
stove. Nothing else. There's nothing else added to it, it's all natural. It's all natural.
Now how long would you cook it in here?
That ain't gonna take very much longer right there.
Some in that pan behind you. Little sticks over there in the bag.
Over there on the other side of another pan.
Taste it.
See if I don't block that off right there.
There should be a bag right there.
Right here, Denise.
We got camera going?
Oh yeah. I don't want
Are you taking pictures for a paper?
TV station.
TV station? What station?
990, 991.
Where's that at?
It's a local public access on Charter.
Okay. We gonna
that's the same thing as the world channel on 990.
Used to be 7 and 98.
as soon as I put this in here, I'll have one. About like 4 hours.
Oh yeah,
Well,
it's pretty thin now.
We getting more foam again?
Yeah, it's foamed up pretty bad. It ain't like the other one.
this shut off? This is not cool.
As long as it ain't running over that other divider. Oh, we got one right here.
Hey, he's recording.
Oh, yeah, this jumping out.
Oh, you guys make it so.
He dammed up the Merrimack River.
You got cooler fire? I can burn my fingers here down. We're farther up north. We need a hotter fire. So that looks pretty good. We're used to cooking in 30-degree weather. You got to hunt when it's deer season.
Yeah, but
no matter what the weather is.
You got plenty of time in bow season.
Yeah, you can go bow hunting.
How we doing there, boys?
Pretty good. How am I doing?
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Boss, you got to sign my certificate today.